Okay, in this video we are going to learn how to clean the paraffin. So what happens is the day before you are planning to clean it, double check with the hand therapist, make sure they don't need it the rest of the day or the next morning. Because what we're going to do now is it's the end of the shift, the end of the day, we're going to go ahead and unplug it. That way it'll allow the paraffin to solidify, and that way we can clean it tomorrow morning. Okay, so the next morning when you get here, the first thing you'll want to do is plug it back in. This will allow the paraffin to just get a little more liquid around the edges so that you can more easily scrape out the solid part in the middle. So we're going to let it heat up for a little while and then we're going to come back to it. Okay, so when you get back to the paraffin, you'll go ahead and unplug it. And then you have these tools here. You find these in the red drawers near a hand therapist's desk. It's the middle drawer. You have two sizes for whatever your preference is. But what you're going to want to do is get along the edges of the paraffin and separate the solid part from the edges. And then, since you've washed your hands, you can go ahead and kind of tip over the paraffin and dig the solid part out. And place it on the towels that you have already set up. On the bottom of the paraffin, you want to make sure that you take out this back part because you're going to have to clean it and wipe it down separately. So make sure that doesn't stay with the wax. Make sure you take it out. And you're going to want to take out the microkill because this is what you're going to use to wipe down the paraffin. What might be more helpful before you wipe that down is to take a towel and kind of get rid of the wax that's left inside the paraffin because the microkill is just going to kind of spread it around. You want to actually take out that dirty paraffin. And when you're wiping it down, you just want to make sure that you do remove all the extra wax that you can see around here, around the edges. It might be a little hard just with the microkill, so use a couple of these or kind of re-scrape it and take it out. It's kind of a process, but you're going to want to make sure that you kind of get it all out so that it is as clean as you can get it. Now make sure when you're taking out that extra wax, not to put it with the wax, with the big block that you took out, because this is kind of considered dirty when this is still clean. So make sure that you don't mix the two. So next you're going to wipe down the actual grate. So you're going to want to remove kind of the wax that's stuck to it. This is also considered dirty wax, so don't put it back into the paraffin. Alright, once you have both the inside of the paraffin wiped down and also the grate, what you're going to want to do is make sure that you put this in first. A lot of times we'll forget and then we put this big block of paraffin in and then we forget the grate. So always make sure you put that in first so that we don't forget it. So after you clean the inside of the paraffin bath, you're going to want to take the actual paraffin and scrape off the edges of it because this is considered dirty wax. Next, you re-pick up your big block of paraffin and you go ahead and put it back in. Once you have that all back in, you go ahead and recover it and plug it back in as well. This will allow the paraffin to go ahead and melt back down, and then you'll come back later and check it, make sure that the level is at appropriate height, and if it's not, then you add more paraffin to the drawer. And the extra paraffin, if you need more, is located up in this cabinet. So it comes with a couple blocks. If you have a hard time judging it, ask the hand therapist. They can tell you how much you need to put in. So that's how you clean the paraffin bath.